Happy New Year everybody, and welcome back to my channel, the place where we make fun of the morons we see out here on the road. A bit like this half, we're in the Range Rover making full use of the pavement while simultaneously making no use of his brain, confirming everybody's suspicions that his ski lift definitely don't go to the top of the slope. Well, this next pair, he definitely ain't the coldest beers in the fridge. First one is this truck driver who just pulls out in front of this car, and the other one is the actual car driver who just kept going towards the truck. Or what about this next idiot? Watch what he does. From the slip road to lane 2 in one move. Nearly takes out that little car there, and just to add the cherry on the cake, brake checks Mark in his 44-ton truck. He's definitely not intelligent, that one. He's street smart. Yeah, Sesame Street smart. And then there's always drivers like this who've got the mental ability and spatial awareness of a concussed tadpole who enjoys nothing more than smashing into people's motors and losing his no claims bonus. Now, if you need livening up, you can have an espresso, but nothing's as efficacious as a numpty in a van coming on your side of the road and nearly taking you out. Never mind having an espresso to liven you up. This next real blank spreadsheet, he might be able to smell the coffee, but he certainly can't find the pot. And there's another low-capacity mug who's obviously 2 socks short of a pair, camping in the outside lane doing about 40 miles an hour. Definitely missing a few P's from his pod, that one. You're going to like this one. Just watch what this backwards plank does who's driving this bus. And to make it worse, it looks like the bus is in service because the lights are on inside. The barriers are down, the lights are flashing, but his train of thought is definitely not coming. Keep your eye on this mentally unconscious steering wheel mover in the Prius. You'll be seeing him again very shortly indeed. Now, most of us are careful in petrol stations because you know there's people about. But when you're as mentally shallow as a bird bath and you've got the observational abilities of an ostrich with his head in the sand, that's what you can expect. And here's one who definitely sucked the ink out of one too many ballpoint pens when he was little. All right foot, 0 right frontal cortex, bit too fast into the roundabout, not enough grip on the road, not enough grip on reality, hasta la vista baby. And here's another member of the Brainless Mental Wonder Car Club who's obviously used every ounce of his invertebrate level of intelligence to park like that. And what's worrying for me about this picture is the sort of dunce who likes to drive around with a plastic ironing board screwed to the boot of his car and thinks it's alright to park like that, has got 630 horsepower under his right foot. Let that sink in. Now, this is an interesting clip and we're all going to learn a few things from this. The first one, and it's quite a biggie, and it's going to come as a massive surprise to a lot of mentally challenged individuals out there, is that a car will not physically drive when a wheel clamp is attached to the wheel with a chain and a padlock. Secondly, just because there are 2 Darwin Award nominees trying to solve the one problem, it doesn't mean that their rate of success is going to be any higher than if it was just one Darwin Award nominee by themselves. And to add to that, the fact that this pair of real thick shakes appear to have the combined IQ of a bucket of eels is going to furthermore hamper their chances of success. And lastly, just because you've got delusions of adequacy and you think you've got it sussed, going up to the wheel clamp, touching it, then coming back and kicking it, still won't get it off. Unbelievable. And here's another BMW driver giving us a demonstration of how to overtake over the white line on the approach to a bend. Outstanding. And here's another brainless gimp who's worse than the last one, who thinks it's fine and dandy to cross the double white line on the approach to a bend, on the approach to a brow of a hill. Now, when you need to go straight on, but your lane becomes blocked all of a sudden, it's so frustrating. But when you're driving a big red, white and blue coach and you're definitely missing a few numbers off your clock face, you just pull to the left and sod everyone else. That's exactly what you do. Can I ask you a very quick favour, please? If you like what you've seen so far and I put a smile on your face, can you hit that little like and subscribe button down below if you haven't done it already? And when you press like, if the hype button comes up, can you hit that as well for me, please? It's all free and it just helps me out. Thank you. Let's have a look at some more driving doofuses. Right, what you're about to see is a sort of arrogance and stupidity which costs lives every day. Both cutting across from either side in front of a truck. Unbelievable. If the stars had been aligned just a little bit better, the 2 of them would have met when they crossed and the truck would have been all right. That's the sort of low capacity bottom feeders we're dealing with out here. I don't care about mothers with buggies or the elderly or disabled people in wheelchairs because I'm mentally disabled by choice and I choose to block the footpath. And in the pinball game of life, when your flippers are too far apart, that's exactly how you park in a full pub car park. There's some people out on the road, they literally got zero hazard awareness and zero sense of self-preservation, a bit like this idiot here who just pulls straight out in front of Nick. The way that Wazzock takes chances with a 44-tonne truck, you can definitely tell he's a gambler. Well, that's one gambler that's definitely missing a few dots off of his dice. Now, we all know that roundabouts are an important part of our road network and infrastructure, and for most of us, they're pretty easy to negotiate. But when you've got the intelligence of seaweed and the IQ of plankton, they're as easy as translating Egyptian hieroglyphics into Arabic. And here's another low-capacity Volkswagen Golf driver who can't seem to grasp the fundamentals of the highway code or roundabout etiquette. The presence of that driver's brain is as pointless as the presence of taste buds in my butthole. Now, when you're just driving along the motorway, there's nothing more enjoyable than some cupcake in a transit van who's all belt and no trousers just coming across and scuffing the front of your truck. And after they broke their neck to get in front of you, they just sit there at slow speed like an old dildo what needs new batteries. Now, if you're a big ship's anchor and you've got a smooth brain, you don't need to sit in traffic while you're waiting to turn right. No, you just use the other side of the road. That's exactly what you do. Yeah, don't worry about the cars coming in the opposite direction, they'll just have to wait. And if you actually cut up a Toyota Prius, you've reached the pinnacle of idiocracy. This is a nice little village, and of course, no village would be complete without its village idiot. He's not the brightest candle in the church, is he? In fact, it's fair to say he's all wax and no wick, that cream puff. Oh yes, that last village idiot, that was just a rookie. This is senior level we're talking right here, look at this. Another one who don't give a toss about people in wheelchairs and mothers with buggies. Definitely all foliage and no fruit, that one. Now, we all hate sitting in traffic, but there's no way around it. You just got to sit in it and be patient. Well, that is, of course, unless you're some backwards delinquent who thinks it's fine and dandy to drive on the grass bank there. When he was born, his mum said, "Oh, he's a treasure," and his dad said, "Yeah, let's bury him." Oh, and in case you missed it, no back number plate. Now, most drivers are intelligent enough to drive safely, but others, on the other hand, are as mentally prepared to drive safely as a brick is prepared to take a swimming class. Dumb as a sack of rocks. Think about this. The 1-bar signal that parked that car there got out, looked at it, used every ounce of their shop window mannequin IQ to come to the conclusion that that is acceptable. Now, to drive a car safely, you need a clear and straight train of thought. What's Dick Smug's train of thought? The disorientated express? Now, when you're carrying stuff on the roof of your car, it's very important that the load is secure. Bit like this one. Yeah, that load's secure, but as secure as a glass crash helmet. So this is a very long, slow queue waiting to exit East Midlands Airport, and everyone's being patient, everyone's waiting their turn. But when you're a massive Joe Blunt in a minibus who's as equipped to act intelligently as a houseplant is equipped to take a philosophy class, you don't sit in queues. Well, today he is, because there was more chance of finding a condom machine in the Vatican in Rome than Mick yielded into that lemon slice. Now, there's a lot of low-capacity drivers in Sweden, the same as there is over in the UK. Forget mirror signal manoeuvre. It's all about manoeuvre. The only signal they're going to see is a middle finger from someone else, and the only time they're going to use the mirror is to reflect on all their bad life choices. Well, that's it for this one, everybody. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe. I'll put a playlist there on the right if you want to watch any more of my videos. Thanks to everyone who sent in clips. And a very, very happy new year to you all. I hope 2026 brings you all happiness, health, love and everything. Also, I want to say a massive thank you to each and every one of my subscribers, because you've helped me grow this channel from 0 to 39,000 subscribers in 21 months. So once again, thank you all so much. See you in the next one. Bye.